Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel, and welcome to my first product review in a long time. Now, I don't do enough of this sort of thing on this channel, but that's going to change, so here we go. This video is all about my thoughts and my review of my Favero Assioma Duo pedals, that's a mouthful, which I have owned since February 2019. Now, full disclosure, there's actually three reasons why I'm doing this video. Reason number one is to share what I think is a great product with you guys and my thoughts about them. Reason number two is because I went for a super sick bike ride in the Peak District today, but I forgot to put a memory card in my camera, so I have no footage from today in my life, and I didn't really do anything else interesting, so I need to do a video, so here we are. And number three is that a few weeks ago, Favero did offer me a pair of their new Favero Assioma Duo pedals in Shimano fitment. However, I'm not very far up the VIP list, so I didn't respond fast enough and unfortunately missed out. So in an effort to show them how much a bunch of legends you guys and girls are, I thought I'd do some sort of review video and basically show them. So please be nice in the comment section down below. So anyway, DC Rainmaker, Shane Miller, Matt Legrand, watch and learn. Let's go. Now, I'm not going to spend this video reading the technical information sheet to you because I don't understand it all for one. I'm just going to talk about the things that are important to me and the pluses and minuses I think about those things. So firstly, for me, often the most important thing, the actual cost of the unit. So these are the Duo units. There are also an Uno unit available, which is a bit cheaper. So these retail at about £600, which is about $700. I did pay a little bit less than that. I actually got a 20% discount through Favero in exchange for doing a video when I got the product about 2.5 years ago. So the Unos, the one-sided power measurement pedals, retail between £150 to £200 cheaper than these, so between £350 and £400. So a significant saving, but I saw the value there for the Duo. Right, I've tried to sort of segment this up, and the first segment is durability. So as I said, I've owned these for 2.5 years, and I've used these pedals for all of my outdoor riding. I'm not going to go back through my Strava, but I'm going to estimate that I've cycled outdoors in excess of 10,000 miles in 2.5 years, and these are the pedals that I've used for it. Now, during that time, I've had to replace the bearings once. The bearings cost about £30. It was a really straightforward, simple process to do it. Even I could do it. And since then, they've been absolutely fine. So I would say that is very, very good. Now, I've clipped in, thousands of times during that time, and the pedals appear absolutely fine. They are scuffed, they are marked, they are dirty. I've, cornered in crits where I've, scuffed the corner on the floor. I've caught it on walls. I've thrown it in my car and caught it on the bumper. They took some hammer, but they've been absolutely fine. I think they're quite a rugged design. Although they are very lightweight for power pedals, they seem to have held up to my abuse very well. So durability, 10 out of 10. I've also used these, in winter, summer, rain, shine, below freezing temperatures, all the abuse you could throw at them. The Peak District roads, which are terrible sometimes, and they're absolutely great. Reliability. Now, I've thought about how I could say anything more than a couple of lines about this, but I just can't. They just work, and I don't know what else I can say about it. I test them, when I get on the bike after T1 in a triathlon where my device that I'm recording on has already been running and these have gone to sleep. I get on the bike, they just connect with them within a matter of seconds. When I've gone out for a ride, have the occasional cafe stop, they'll go to sleep whilst I'm spending quite a long time eating and drinking. I then get back on the bike, resume my activity, and they wake up and connect straight away. They just work, and I've got no other comments to add to that other than that. They just work every single time. It's brilliant. Usability. Now, I used the usability to justify spending a lot of money on the pedals because they're not cheap, are they? It's a lot of money to spend on a pair of pedals. However, the way I justified it was I use these on every single one of my bikes. I don't use another pair of pedals because I want the power measurement to be consistent across all my bikes. So all you need to do is get the pedal spanner, pedal Allen key in there, take it off one bike, put them on the other. I keep the threads greased up so they come off nice and easily. You then do a zero offset through the head unit or through the mobile phone app, and then they're ready to go. You can change the crank length, whatever you like. Absolutely ready to go. So I've only had to pay, for one power meter rather than having multiple power meters across bikes. And for that reason, I think they're great value. My only constructive point about usability would be that the cleats that come with the Favero pedals aren't the easiest to clip in. Once they're clipped in, they feel absolutely fine, but I do prefer to use the actual Keo Look cleats, not the Favero cleats. It doesn't seem to affect the power reading in any way. They just feel ever so slightly easier to clip in, and for that reason, I stick to those. I think generally, once you've worn through through a set of cleats anyway, you're unlikely to go back to Favero for the cleats. So you probably go onto those anyway, but I just go straight to Keo cleats. Battery life. Now I did have to look this up before doing this video, and I'm told that these last 50 hours as a minimum. Now, I don't track how many hours I use these for when I charge them. All I know is that it is not a very common thing for me to have to do at all. I will probably check this every few weeks, maybe at a similar sort of time to when I check my Di2 or ETAP batteries, and very often these are half charged or more. I'll mostly then just stick them on charge so I know that they're full, but they just seem to last forever. If you think about all the time that you spend riding a bike, let's say you're doing 10 hours riding a week, that's 5 weeks as a minimum that they're going to last. It is quite a long time. Then actually when you actually plug them into charge, there's a magnetic connection that just clips straight on. The cables are really long, so you can charge them up the other side of the room depending where your plugs are and stuff. They only take a handful of hours to charge, and then you're ready to go again. So finally, accuracy. Now, everybody who's ridden with power knows that every power meter you use underreads. The most important thing for me is consistency. So I use a different training setup indoors. So I have a Wahoo Kicker bike. So that means that the power meter is built into that unit. So I need to know that what I'm training indoors is going to read the similar outdoors. Now, Favero state that there's a plus or minus 1% accuracy method. And I'm going to read what they put on the website about this, because they use a different method of measuring power to every other pedal power system. They use an instantaneous angular velocity as opposed to an average angular velocity that other pedals use. Yeah, I don't know what that means either, but what it means is it's accurate and it works with overall chain rings and other things. So in the real world, how I saw that is I put these on my kicker bike and I tested them over, 1 minute efforts, 5 minute efforts, an hour effort, and they were within 1.5% of my kicker bike. Now the problem is that you never have one power meter that is 100% accurate, so you're never going to get exactly the same. But as an example, I did a 1 hour test and these read, I think, 7 watts difference to my kicker bike, and 7 watts is not going to change how I pace a ride or anything. So that for me is absolutely great that they're so accurate versus the other devices I'm using. So that's pretty much it. I'm not trying to flog these. I just want to try and share products that I've used for a few years or for a while that I'm either happy with or not happy with, in order to try and help you guys with buying things. It's a minefield out there, isn't it? So much like marketing information that you're not quite sure if it's true or not. So let me know down below, do you have any of these Favero pedals? If so, do you rate them? Do you slate them? I've had no issues whatsoever. I'm sure some people have had some sort of issues with them. There's that many manufacturers and used and stuff, but they seem to be few and far between. Let me know if you also hold them in your hand and wave them around on like a 10-minute video. And then secondly, you guys see a lot of the equipment that I use for training and racing. What else would you like to see me review or hear my thoughts on? I might not do a full specific review video, but if you let me know what you're interested in hearing more about, I can include it in a daily training video or something. I'm sure I can. I often don't want to pick up the equipment I use and make a big point about it, because I don't want to be seen to be like, oh, check out this that I've got. Like, no. That's really not the vibe I'm going for, but I do want to, share my reviews of products where appropriate. Also, if you could let Favero know that they should get me on the VIP list, that'd be absolutely excellent, and then I'll be posting these on Instagram every 5 seconds. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that in some way. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 PM for some sort of training day. I'm not entirely sure yet what yet.